Yeah, I mean, I don't have to say much about this guy here. Definitely a 7 foot phenom, definitely a great player in his own rights, and he's always been big time. I mean, when we think about Anthony Davis, we think about strictly a monster, you know. And I mean, check it out here, you'll see.
2.1 seconds remaining. Denver a foul to give. Jokic trying to disrupt Rondo. He puts it in. Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good! Anthony Davis has won it for the Lakers!
I mean, like I said, Anthony Davis is big time. Anthony Davis can do a lot of things. He can do a lot of great things for the Lakers, and he has done a lot of great things so far with his time there. I mean, they won a championship last year. Everything has been, peaches and cream there. Everything is all smiles, all good. But at the same time, is he going to make a difference this year? How much difference is he going to make this season with the Lakers if they're planning on repeating as champions? Because even though Anthony Davis is a great player, even though Anthony Davis is one of those, superstar players in the league, how he played this year up until he got injured, it was not reminiscent of last year. It wasn't the same. He played pretty good this year before he got injured, but it wasn't like the way he played last year. And I'm not sure if it's because, when they had JaVale McGee's and Dwight Howard's, did they make his life easier because they were more defensive prowess, big men, which allowed him not to play as much or as hard on defense and just make defensive plays at times where he can save a lot of his energy on the offensive end just because they had that presence of Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. But you have to wonder, was that a big help in regards to him staying healthy because he didn't have to do as much? He wasn't required to do as much on the defensive end and just focus on offense. And if he chipped in on defense, it was a plus. Makes a difference. But I will say this: now they got Andre Drummond. I think I think they have almost the same nucleus that they had last year in one guy, whereas they had two last year in JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard. Now, I will say this: we have to see exactly how Andre Drummond pans out. We have to see exactly how Andre Drummond, plays in the playoffs. Because Andre Drummond, let's just be honest, he hasn't played in a meaningful game in, I don't know, his whole career, probably. So it's hard to really say how much of an impact he's going to have with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. You would think that it should be, a great fit, but we have to just see. And then on top of that, like I said, to me, I've said it before, if Anthony Davis doesn't come back the way he played last year in the bubble, I really don't think they can win the championship again. Because last year, Anthony Davis was so unstoppable. It really was unfair for a lot of other teams. And I've always said that Anthony Davis is healthy. He's a top 5 player in the league, in my opinion. So it's going to be really hard to tell. And like I said, I'm looking at Anthony Davis. He's been out longer than I actually thought that he would, and maybe longer than actually some other fans thought he would have been out. I mean, he's been out, 30 games or so now? Now, he's supposed to come back, I think, next week or later on this week. So that would be great to see if he can actually make a comeback and see how he looks. But, I mean, I don't know if he's going to make that much of a difference if he doesn't come back and play flawless the way he did last year and the way he played last year in the bubble. If he doesn't come back like that, Anthony Davis, I think the Lakers should be worried. I think the Lakers should be concerned. And I think LeBron James is going to have a lot more onus on him, which that's a whole other story in its own because he's coming off a pretty big injury himself. I mean, ankle, at his age. I mean, I know LeBron is all-time durable. I get that, but at the same time, he's coming off an injury himself, and his second superstar has always been injury prone in Anthony Davis. So, I mean, I hope Anthony Davis come back and show out and play at his highest ability, because you want to see the greatest players or the great players in the league play at their highest peak. You don't want to see them come back and play halfway of what their potential is. You want to see them come back and play at their highest peak so they can be in the playoffs and give everybody what they want to see. Now, me personally, of course, everybody wants to see the Lakers versus Clippers, but the Lakers versus Clippers wouldn't be that interesting if Anthony Davis isn't playing at a high level. Because I said last year, you could have you could have made an argument Anthony Davis was the MVP, Finals MVP of that bubble in the playoffs, because Anthony Davis was playing so lights out. LeBron really just fed off of Anthony Davis's energy, and that's what propelled them. That was one of the things that propelled them to a championship, along with a few other things. Now, I've heard LeBron say before, Anthony Davis is the guys, is his team, and I know LeBron says things, just to, go at the media and get inside the media's head as well. I don't know if LeBron really meant that, but honestly, I will say this: a lot of people might not admit, but the Lakers go as Anthony Davis goes. LeBron's going to be LeBron. I expect LeBron to be durable. I expect LeBron to be there. I expect LeBron to play at a high level. We have expected that from him for years, and he's delivered a lot of times. But now that he's older, it's going to take that number two player to really carry the load, and LeBron feed off the number two player's energy, because LeBron is losing energy, or doesn't have as much energy as he had in his younger years. He's still playing at a high level, don't get me wrong, but there are times where LeBron is going out sitting down in the first quarter of some of the games that they play. And I know that he's trying to rest and, be ready for the playoffs, but there is a level of fatigue there, even though LeBron doesn't want to admit that. And it's still amazing to see that LeBron is playing at a high level at his age. But I will say this: like I said, I believe the team goes as Anthony Davis goes. If Anthony Davis is 100% healthy and LeBron is healthy, Anthony Davis can help carry him home with a lot of, defensive plays that he can make, and his scoring ability. He's just a matchup nightmare for any other team. No team could really guard him in the post. He's scoring, dunking in the paint. He's scoring, knocking down threes. He's scoring, as you saw earlier, hitting game-winning shots. He can do that. He's trustworthy when he's on the court. The problem with him is he going to stay healthy? And I know that's a big if, but, you have to look at those things when you look at Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis is a great player, but, hey, your best ability is availability, and that's just what it comes down to. Now, I hope he comes back the way he's supposed to, because I really want to see the Lakers at full strength, and hopefully the Clippers at full strength, and hopefully they make it against each other in the playoffs. That would be great. But we have to see how, it plays out. I really was worried about Anthony Davis when he had this injury, especially when I know that he was going to be out as long as he was. I feel like the injury is a little more serious than what they're putting on for it to be. And if Anthony Davis can, rekindle what he had last year, I think they have a great chance of, repeating as champions. But we'll have to see how that goes. We can't sit there and jump to speculation. We can't sit there and say, it's championship just because LeBron and AD come back. But what if they don't come back the same? What if they don't come back as healthy? What if Anthony Davis don't come back as healthy? You have to understand, last year, the playoffs or the bubble happened 4 months after a layoff of the NBA because of COVID. I mean, if you give a lot of players 4 months off to rest, well, they'll be a lot energized and ready to go as well. Especially with LeBron James being their coach and their leader, pushing them to be at their best. If I had 4 months off, I would go out there and play at my highest peak as well at basketball, probably because I'm so well rested and there should be nothing wrong with me within that time frame. So that's a 4-month layoff, Anthony Davis and LeBron James. We have to see what they look like going from the season straight into the playoffs, and see if fatigue and injury plagues them or not. So that's my take on it. Like I said, if they're healthy, I think the Lakers are really, really a great team. I think the Lakers come out of the West probably if they're healthy, and possibly win the championship if the Brooklyn Nets keep having injuries themselves. So We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's we got 13 games left, I believe, in the season, 13 or 14. So, it's coming, it's getting there. We're close. And because we're close, um, we're getting ready for the playoffs, and that's what we should be doing. But hopefully, like I said, everybody on the Lakers is healthy, and hopefully we see them in the playoffs play at a high level. Hey, leave any comments in the comment section. Also hit that notification bell, and please subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And please come back and check us out again.